I know you, and I know that you want to know what's in my tech bag. So I'm here in beautiful Las Vegas for CES, and I thought it was a great opportunity to do another What's in My Tech Bag. I've not done one of these videos for ages. The good news is it has changed quite a lot. So we'll go through the phones that I'm using, the cameras that I'm using, the headphones and earbuds that I've brought with me, and some other stuff that I just can't live without when I'm traveling these days. Let's get straight into it with the bag itself. So this is the Peak Design 20 litre everyday, and I'm a bit of a bag snob. I stuck with my previous one, which was a Waterfield design backpack, for about 2.5 years. So it took quite a lot to prise me away from that, but this has successfully done it. And the reason it's done that is because it's just so satisfying to use, and you can fit so much stuff in it. And that's all you need, apart from comfort as well, obviously, and it is very, very comfortable. What I love about this everyday is that it has this magnetic clasp here, which basically extends. So if you haven't got much stuff in the top part of the bag, it kind of attaches like that and it's very slim. But if you start putting lots of stuff in here, which on trips like this I do invariably, it can extend out, and then you just attach this to one of the top latches there. So it kind of grows as you need it to. It's also got these side access pockets here. I can basically unzip and then stick all of my camera gear, all of my stuff in there. You've got these internal compartments that are Velcro and you can kind of move around and change the shape of and size of. It's very, very customizable. In terms of a bag, it's like a TARDIS. It's brilliant. There's so many hidden pockets and things as well. Top marks. I've also got the Everyday Sling, which is this one here, and the reason I've brought this is because I don't want to be carrying everything around CES every day, because if you've ever been here, it's huge. So instead of lugging that around, I lug this around, which is much smaller. I can put one camera in there, put some other bits and pieces that I need. It slots nicely over my back, and it's very accessible as well. You swing it around, you get the stuff out that you need. And again, just like the backpack, it's very comfortable. There's loads of hidden pockets and hidden access in there. It's got those internal compartments. There's my sun cream that you can move around and resize as you wish. So Peak Design, amazing. By the way, guys, all of the links to this stuff that you see in this video are in the description. Before I crack on, just a very quick word from today's sponsor, which is ESR, who have brought some fantastic MagSafe accessories to CES this year. In fact, they're the sort of accessories that if I'd known about them before I came out, they'd be in that bag. First up, we have the HaloLock MagMouse, which is the world's first wireless mouse that attaches magnetically to your laptop or tablet. Something you often see with SSDs, this is super convenient for travel setups. Plus, the 1-minute fast charge gets you 4 hours of use, and if you're wondering about that 4-way scroll wheel, it's a dream for navigating through documents and timelines. Next up, we have the HaloLock Classic Hybrid Case. It's slim, durable, and has this very clever stash stand built into the camera guard. Whether you're watching videos or taking video calls, it's surprisingly versatile. And yes, it's very tough because it has an 11-foot drop protection. And finally, we have the ESR 3-in-1 MagSafe charger with Qi 2 and Cryo Boost. This one's all about fast, efficient charging. It handles your iPhone, Apple Watch, and AirPods all at once, and it keeps things cool with that Cryo Boost tech. And it's fully Apple certified, so no weird charging hiccups. Whether you need any of this stuff for your travel setup or just for your desk at home or in the office, these are going to be brilliant additions. All of those links are down below. Okay, the laptop I've brought out is the M3 Max MacBook Pro. I've had this now for over a year and it's amazing. It's really fast, it's really capable. I went for the 14-inch version. If you missed my previous videos on this, basically I had the 16-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro for quite a long time, and as much as I loved that laptop, it was just huge, and traveling with it, particularly to places like this that are so far away, was a real pain. So I stepped down to the 14-inch and it's been amazing. It's been utterly fantastic. The only thing I'll say about this color, which does look lovely, is the fact that it does start to wear. You do get these kind of little chips around some of the ports, like the USB-C ports, but apart from that, it's held up to a lot of travel, and this thing has been around the world a lot. It's held up to it very, very well. And what more can you say about a MacBook Pro? I don't edit these videos, so I'm more of a MacBook Air person really these days, but I spent a lot of money on this, and well, it comes with me because of that. Now, I do have a review of the M4 MacBook Pro coming very soon, so if you don't want to miss that, make sure you hit subscribe. Next up, we have the phones that I've brought with me. So there are two. The first one is the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which is my daily driver. By the way, this is a Peak Design case on here. We'll put a link down below to that as well. It's a very nice case. What can I say about the iPhone 16 Pro Max? It does the job. It's my comfortable, warm pair of slippers. I've said this before. It's not perfect. The camera system, compared to some of the Android camera systems I've used recently, isn't as good, apart from for video. Video, it kind of shines on, but for photography, I prefer the actually the Vivo X200 Pro and the phone that I'm about to show you. But because this ties in so nicely with this and other Apple devices that I have, I can't really do without it. So it's a workhorse for me. It's got 18.2 on it, iOS 18.2, which means it's got Apple Intelligence on it. That's massively underwhelming. So that hasn't really been helping me during this trip at all. Siri is just as it was before. But apart from that, I'm very dependable on this thing. I have to admit, I am very dependable on the iPhone. However, because I'm a tech reviewer, I do have a second phone with me at all times. And as you'd guess, it's an Android phone. This changes a lot, but at the moment, it's the OnePlus 13. I've reviewed this recently. We'll put a link to that video review in the description. So I won't say anything about it in this video, apart from the fact that it's a very, very good flagship Android phone. It's the first one really of 2025, and the camera system is fantastic. The other thing to mention is that Saley very kindly gave me an eSIM for this phone for this trip. We'll put a link down below so you can go and check out their eSIMs, but it's so convenient when you're traveling because you just pick the one you want, you pay them, you get the eSIM, and you get the data you need. Headphones and earbuds. This is interesting. So the earbuds are the AirPods Pro 2. Again, they're not the best earbuds on the market, but they are fantastic when it comes to the way that they link up with everything that I've got here. So my MacBook, my iPhone, they're just seamless in that respect. The audio is very good. The noise cancelling is almost second to none. And the ambient mode, the pass-through mode, when you can hear yourself, what was it called? Transparency mode, that's it, is unmatched. So for convenience and all that stuff, they always come with me. This is where I sound like a bit of an Apple fanboy. However, over-ear headphones, this is a surprise, actually. Is it a surprise? No, probably not, because I do keep talking. In fact, the last 4.5 years, I've waffled on about how much I love these headphones, but it occurred to me just before I came out to Las Vegas that I've not used them for quite a while, and they are the Sony XM4s. Now, these are still my favorite noise-cancelling headphones ever. Several reasons for that. One is because they sound fantastic. Two is because the noise cancelling, I think, is pretty much unmatched. The XM5s are a bit better. Number three, very, very comfortable. And number four, they've got they've got the best case on the market. It's so convenient. And when you're traveling, you don't want a great big case filling up your backpack. So they just tick all of the boxes. I've just forgotten to use them over the last couple of years. So I thought, CES, Las Vegas, lots of flying, let's bring these. And they are still amazing. And the great news is you can get some incredible deals on these. They're really worth buying still in 2025. Cameras. Now, I'm a YouTuber, so obviously I have cameras in my tech bag quite often. One of the cameras that I always have in my tech bag these days, and it's just unbelievably good, and there's a reason you see so many other YouTubers and content creators with this thing, is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This is a revelation, and basically it's this kind of, well, it looks like the gimbal from a drone just on a stick, which is exactly what it is, but you flip the screen like that, it comes on relatively quickly, and you have this lovely stabilized image which you can shoot beautiful footage with. It's so convenient to use. It comes with, if you go for the creator, I think it's called the creator pack, it comes with the DJI Mic 2. That automatically connects to this, so you just turn that on and then it feeds the audio from this into this camera. Basically, when you are a content creator doing lots of run and gun stuff and you're having to get stuff done very, very quickly, this beats big cameras almost every time. However, when I do need a big camera, I go for the FX3, which is what I'm shooting on now. It's an absolute tank. It's very expensive. It's quite heavy, etc. But sometimes in certain situations, it's just needed. However, if you've got a smaller budget, I just go for the Sony ZV-E1, which we've brought out as well. It's basically a smaller version of this camera here. It's just a bit more plasticky and it doesn't have active cooling, so it doesn't have the fans built into it, but it does everything else. The image quality is identical. Let's talk about the stuff that's on my wrists, and the first one might be a surprise because it's my chosen smartwatch for this trip, and it's the Huawei Watch Ultimate. Now, normally, during the week, I am an Apple Watch guy, as you might guess, and it does a job. You know, it's the Apple Watch is the Apple Watch. However, the battery life is, in my view, not very good at all. Whereas the battery life on this is about 5 days. It goes on forever. And look at it. I think it's a beautiful watch. It's very, very big. You need a taste for a big watch for this thing to work for you, really. But I like big watches, and I think it looks lovely. It's also circular, which is my preferred type of watch. And it does everything the Apple Watch does. This is where I don't understand why we can't get 5 days out of an Apple Watch, where you have something like this, which does that. You get multiple days of battery life, and it does all of the fitness tracking, notifications, everything, and it looks lovely as well. So that's my smartwatch of choice. The other thing that I have on my wrist at the moment, if I can quickly take it off, it's a Whoop band, and the only reason that I'm wearing this is because I forgot to cancel the subscription a couple of weeks ago. So I thought, well, I better make use of it. And actually, I'm enjoying getting back into it. This counts your steps now, which weirdly it didn't do before, but for me, it's the sleep tracking. Getting back into that and really kind of trying to nail down my sleeping pattern. The fact that I've started to wear this after a 17-hour flight and 8 hours of time difference is a bit ironic, I know, but when I get back to the UK, I'm really going to tune into this because I've paid for it by mistake again. But if you're looking for a fitness tracker that really digs into your health, there's nothing really like it. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that there's not an iPad in this bag, which was just a mistake. I forgot my iPad mini, which is a nightmare because I love my iPad mini, but that's the way it is. So normally that would be in this list, and in fact, we'll put it down below anyway, just because it's amazing. The good news is my Kindle Paperwhite was still in the bag, and that means I can read stuff without relying on my phone, which is great. And there's still nothing quite like that e-ink display. There you go, you can have a look at my library very quickly. There's nothing like it, it's very easy on the eyes, and I'm really enjoying actually going back to Kindle. Yeah, there's a makeup stain on there, which isn't mine, by the way, it's my girlfriend's, but excuse the Vegas traffic if you heard that. But yeah, the Kindle, I think, has worked its way back into my bag because it was there already. Okay, miscellaneous stuff, not very exciting, but essential. Anker, I rely on Anker so much for their charging bricks. This is 2 USB-C and USB-A, it's 65 watt, and it's just tiny. It's really convenient. Stick that into the wall and you can charge 3 things at once, lovely. In terms of all my cables and all that sort of stuff, I won't bore you with the cables that I've got because they're boring, but they do all now, these days, go into this Peak Design little bag, which again, we'll link down below. But it's just like the 2 bags that I showed you earlier. It's like a TARDIS. You can fit so much stuff in here. There's loads of different pockets. There's zipped pockets so you can hide things in there if you want to. And like I said, I've got all my cables in here. I've got a great big Samsung battery pack if I need that. I've got the Technics ZV100, which are an amazing pair of earbuds that I reviewed recently. We do use SanDisk SSDs in this business, which have never given me a problem, ever, touch wood. And then just a bunch of cables, like I say, so nothing exciting, but sticking them in there is just very convenient. It's over to you now, guys. I'd love to know what bag you use and what you put in it. What are your tech essentials that you take away traveling or you just take with you wherever you go? Get involved. We can all share the love and share our favorite tech gadgets and stuff. Remember, all of the stuff that you've seen today is in the description down below. And if you've still got some time, hang around for a link to another video that I think you'll find very interesting.